fast, never slow. Got the cash and the pedal to the flow. Let's go. If you wanna ride, let me know. We can slide on the low. What you standing there for? Let's go. You can hate, cause I'm dipping with your mate. Out the gate, let's roll, let's bounce, let's skate. Let's go to the room. Let's go to the lake. Let's go. Your boyfriend ain't talking about shit. Let's go.
Posted up, squatting low like a pig. You notice Patron changed the whole motion of your shit.
Yo, what the fuck is up? It's actually Mike Cancy here, and here we fucking go, Tokyo. Hell yeah. Fucking great track. Fucking, you gotta love this track. Fucking, look at this. King Best starting first with Teammate Dragon up there. Hell yeah, dude. King loves this place. This is definitely King's fucking playground, to say the least. Fucking great track. Great week of practice. And here we go. 6th race of the season, and it's been one hell of a season so far. As right now, King's going to jump out to an early fucking lead, with Shag right behind him. Drag's going to fall back to 3rd. 4th is now Ryan Mead, and 5th spot is Sideways. Here we go with Kanzi and Sideways getting a little bit together right there, oh no. Kanzi and that sexy GTR, that thing's a fucking beast. But right now, it's all King. As we jump back up to him, and he's just fucking raping the field here at Tokyo. No big surprise, he fucking loves it here. And how could you not like it here? Fast track, lots of corners, and looks like Kanzi's getting into the wall a little bit right there. But it's alright. Meanwhile, up front, no battle. King is starting to pull a little away from Shag. Dragon trying to hang in there, and me trying to catch up as well. Sideways and Kanzi trying to get going. And let's see here as we watch Kanzi and Sideways battle for 5th spot. As Gleason is hanging on the 7th spot. 8th is Team Dynasty, 9th is Amp Irish, 11th looks to be Panos, and actually 10th, yeah 10th, did I say 11th? Fuck. 11th is Great God, 12th is Ingram, and we got a new fucking driver this week, a Butt Cheek, great fucking name, a Butt Cheek. I don't know what I should call you, Butt Fucker, Butt something, I don't know, I'll think of something throughout the season to call you. But right now, Buttfucker making his first appearance and first start in the league, and right now he's just cruising. As we got trouble already, fucking Sideways and Kanzi got together, and that actually knocked Sideways all the way back to like 11th. And sorry about that, but yeah, Sideways came down on me. I didn't get it in the fucking video because I've been fucking thrashing to get these bad pups out. As right now, you saw in the background, Gleason went for a fucking spin. And he has some heavy fucking damage to that car on the right side. 2 flats and the motor's fucked. But what happened with Sideways and Kanzi, Sideways came down on me, and I just kind of stuck the throttle and turned Sideways into the wall. But right now, Team Dynasty's going to take advantage of that as Dynasty moves up into 5th spot. Meanwhile, the top 4, nothing has changed. So Dynasty takes 5th, Kanzi's now in 6th, 7th is Amp Irish, 8th is Great God, who fucking dominated last week at Special Stage Route 5, led every single lap. So let's see if he can get up in the top 5 and compete here. Meanwhile, his teammate, King, looking to do the same thing as Great God did last week and try to lead every single lap from the start. As now it looks like Dragon has passed Shag for 2nd spot. So Shag's going to drop back to 3rd. Mead's still in 4th. Team Dynasty's still hanging on to 5th. Amp Irish has got around Mike Kanzi for 6th. 7th is Kanzi. 8th, Great God. 9th, Sideways after that little spin. And 10th is Panos. Buttfucker is now in 11th. Ingram is 12th. And Gleason, after his trouble, is back in 13th, sadly. Gleason is like, cannot catch a break. Just the shit that happens to him. It sucks. As we watch King fucking rape, and we look at the times at the line here, and it looks like King's gonna be the fastest. I think, you know what? I think when I do that, I'm gonna start putting like a green highlighter in so I can tell who the fuck's the fastest and not, and all that shit. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I love this camera view. As you see the first 3 cars go by. Here comes a nice big 5-car clusterfuck right there from fucking 5th on back to about 8th. Buttfucker fighting for a top 10 spot right now with Sideways. Ingram just cruising and Gleason trying to regroup after that unfortunate contact with the wall. Meanwhile, back up to King. Just on cruise control. Here on lap 4 out of 27. And you gotta love that Loctite car. That thing, that NSX looks fucking sexy as shit. As King comes around that final hairpin turn to lead another lap. It looks as Dragon trying to run him down. And here comes King hauling ass. Dragon not that far behind him. Shag trying to hang in there, and me trying to catch up as well. As it looks like Mike Cansey has moved back up into 5th spot. Amp Irish is going to fall back to 6th. Looks like Great God and Team Dynasty are going to battle it out for 7th. Panos moves up into 10th. Sideways is going to fall back to 10th. Actually, 9th might be. But right now the story is King. Here at one of his favorite tracks. Fucking started on the pole. Fucking raping. And looking to continue it. As it looks like he is pulling away from his teammate Dragon a little bit. Not by much, but you never know. Still got 22 more laps, so anything can happen here. Shag still cruising in 3rd, Mead in 4th, Cansey in 5th. Looks like Cansey's trying to break away from that clusterfuck. Irish is 6th, Great Gods in 7th, 8th Panos. Team Dynasty falls back to 9th, and the top 10 spot will be Sideways. Gleason moves up into 12th as he gets around Ingram. And King is just fucking pouring it on right now. Definitely has a fast car. Definitely has a car to beat. And everyone heading in here knew King was going to definitely bring it this week. Especially here at Tokyo. So I love this camera shot. This shot's fucking badass right here. As you see the gap between King and Dragon. Looks like Shaq is closing in on Dragon a little bit. And so is Mead. As Mike Cansey's trying to pull away here from that pack. Irish is trying to follow him. And right behind Irish is Zeus and Panos moves up into 8th. Team Dynasty's going to stay in 9th. And Sideways trying to catch up after that little spin. So King leads the first 5 laps in dominating fashion with probably the fastest lap times of the race right now. As we watch King here, fucking beast mode it. And he's going places. Pulling little by little away from Dragon and Shag. As we watch Shag right here in 3rd spot. With his teammate Ryan Mead right behind him in 4th. As there goes Mead. Trying to catch up to Shag. Hopefully they can work together and catch the 2 NSXs. And here's Mike Cansey in 5th. Looks like he's breaking away from that clusterfuck. As right behind Cansey now is Zeus. As Zeus takes that fucking left-hander so much faster than Cansey. And it looks like Panos also got around Amp Irish. So Amp's going to drop from 6th to 8th. On the track. Now Sideways is right behind him. And Sideways is trying to fight back. And then right behind that is Team Dynasty hanging on the 10th spot with Buttfucker right behind them. Gleason trying to regroup. And we're going to look at the times at the line. I'm going to guess either Dragon or King are the fastest. And as we see the times, it looks like maybe King? I can't really see it, but I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say King ran the 138.1 or 136.1. One of those 2 times. I can't really see. Fuck! Looks like we're going to need something. We're going to need a fucking... Yeah, we're going to need, like, something. I'll think of something with the videos. But once we all get called up here, which should be after this, we'll be good to go. That's who King is just fucking dominating, and he's definitely pulling away from Dragon and Shag. As we look at the gap right here, looks like Shag caught back up to Dragon, pulled a little bit away from Mead. And then we look at the gap from 4th spot all the way back to 5th to Mike Cansey. Great God trying to run down Cansey, so is Panos and Amp Irish. And now Sideways trying to fight back, and looks like we got a battle for 10th spot between Buttfucker and TD. So as they battle it for 10th, Gleason in 12th. And Ingram just kind of cruising right now at 13th. Meanwhile, it's all King. and who would have known coming into Tokyo? I mean, come on. This place fucking every year King fucking raves here. One of his favorite tracks. One of my personal favorite tracks too. I love this place. But King just brings it every time, so definitely brought his A game here this weekend. That's now sideways. Looks like he called up the Amp Irish. Buttfucker comes sideways off that turn, but even more sideways is Gleason. As now Gleason hits the wall again for a second time, fucks up the right front, and Gleason's going to fall all the way back to 13th. Not having the best of luck. As now King is fucking cruising still. He's just on cruise control right now, it seems. So we got 2 DMS cars in first and second, one battling for 5th, and the other is dead last after some problems, technical issues over there. Meanwhile, Dark Horse Sport is 3rd, 4th, and 7th. And Amped Up Motorsports are 5th. Where is it? 9th, 10th. So all the teams are pretty much even out, but right now DMS is totally kicking ass with their 2 cars fucking first and second. They almost got 3 cars in the top 5. So total beast mode right now. As King is just trying to pull away from Dragon. Dragon has a fast car too, so don't let it fool you. But Dragon does have some weight on that thing, so that could play a factor. As it looks like Dragon is starting to pull away from Shag little by little. And it looks like all 3 cars totally pulled away from Ryan Mead in 4th. As fucking Shag's trying to catch up to Dragon to get that GTR up there. As here comes Mead trying to catch up to those 3. And Mike Cansey's just trying to cruise and catch up to the top 4. And now Panos looks like he's passed Great God for 6th spot. So that looks to be the only swap right now on the track. As that big clusterfuck of 5 cars is now broken off into a couple groups. And that was that. As Cansey got the better of it, so did Panos and Great God. And now Sideways looks like he passed Amp Irish to take 8th spot. And Irish is going to fall back to 9th. Team Dynasty is going to hold on to that 10th spot with Buttfucker right behind him. So that could be a nice little battle. As King and Dragon and Shag are all trying to get together to have a nice little clusterfuck for the lead. Nice little battle. And just race. As Mead's trying to catch up. Canty's trying to catch up. And Payno's trying to get in that top 5. As he's starting to pull away from Great God. Not by much, but starting to at least. Sideways trying to catch back up to Canty maybe. Amp Irish trying to catch up. And right now, as you see the tire wear starting to go down, people are starting to think about saving tires or just kind of cruising around. And you know what? It's nice to see a fucking yellow hat back in the fucking race. Damn, that car fucking almost won the team championship last year as we watched King come down pit road. And it's like the car's been retired or some shit, but it's nice to see it's back. And it's nice to see the top 4 just all pitted. The top 5 is just all pitted, actually. Panos is going to stay out. Lead the lap. Take the lead. As Kanzi, me, Dragon, King, and Shag all come down pit road here on lap 9 of the race. Looks like Sideways is going to stay out. Great God's going to stay out. Irish is going to stay out. As King Best leaves the pit. So does Shag. So does Dragon. Team Dynasty's going to stay out one more time. Everyone's getting fucking shuffled around. Canty's falling back to 12th. Ingram's staying out. As we watch Canty, the last car off the pit. Panos stays out one more lap. Maybe a little different pit strategy than everybody else. He does have a little better tire wear than everybody. So now Panos is the leader. Great God's in 2nd. Sideways moves up to 3rd. Amp Irish is in 4th. And 5th is TD. Buttfucker is up to 6th. And King, the first car that did pit, is now in 7th. As we watch TD come around the corner. There goes Buttfucker. Here comes King and Dragon. And right behind Dragon is Ingram. Then it's Shag. Then Ryan Mead and Mike Kanzi. And where the fuck is Gleason? as Gleason was the only car. Gleason may have pitted, may have not have. I wasn't paying attention to it, but just not having a good race here, as he did pit, as he has fresher tires, but just all the shit that's been happening to Gleason, just it's like he has a cloud over his head or some shit, just blocking him from fucking doing good. Anyway, it looks like Panos is gonna stay out one more lap, as Great God comes in the pit. Let's see if Sideways is gonna pit or stay out. Looks like Sideways is staying out. Amp Irish is staying out. And Team Dynasty, are you staying out? As Team Dynasty has King all over his dick. And it looks like Dynasty's gonna stay out. Buttfucker's gonna come in and pit. And here comes the whole pack. As now Ingram stays out too. And there goes Mike Hansey, the last car that did pit. So that lap, Great God, Buttfucker come down, get some tires, get some fuel. As now Panos is the leader. Amp Irish is now in second. Sideways still in third. King trying to run them down. With TD right behind him. Remember, TD still has to pit. Here comes Dragon on fresher tires with Shag right behind him. Right behind them is Ryan Mead, back in 8th spot. And there's Ingram, who still has to pit too, as he's holding on to 9th. Kansas now in 10th. Great God's going to come out in 11th. Gleason moves up to 12th. So Buttfucker goes back to 13th. As we watch Panos this time, is Panos going to pit this lap? As we watch him come into that sharp right-hand turn, that fucking hairpin, as Panos gets a little loose off the corner. Nothing too major though. And it looks like Panos is pitting this time by. So Panos is going to give up the lead, get some 4 fresh tires, and it looks like, is Amp Irish going to pit? No, Irish is going to stay out, and it looks like Sideways is going to stay out. Another lap. So Panos surrenders the lead. He's probably going to fall back to about maybe 10th or 9th spot. As now TD comes down the pit road. He wants some better tire wear, or better tires. And it looks like Mike Hansey has passed Ingram, and Ingram's going to stay out one more lap. So TD and Panos both pit as they fall back to 9th and 10th. And it looks like Amp Irish is going to lead a lap, but we're going to jump to lap 21. Why? Because this is when shit's getting interesting, as everyone had to pit one more time, and once everything's cycled through, it will be King, the leader. Dragon is in second. Shag's in third. Fourth is Ryan Mead. Due to pit strategy, Amp Irish is fifth. Sixth is Mike Hansey. Seventh is Great God. Eighth is Panos. Sideways is back in ninth. TD's in 10th. Gleason's still trying to fight back. He's back in 10th, or 11th. 12th is Ingram, and the rookie Buttfucker is in 13th. So right now we watch the battle here between Amp Irish, Mead, and Kansey here for 4th spot. As Irish is using some great pit strategy here. Kansey is on a little bit fresher tires than Amp Irish, and so is Mead. So as we watch Kansey here go around, go around Amp Irish. So Kansey moves up into 4th, Irish back to 5th. Mead's going to try to follow Kansey past Amp Irish. Let's see if he can do it. As it looks like not that turn. Great God's right there in 7th. Panos in 8th. And Sideways in 9th. TD still in 10th. Here as we watch Sideways try to catch up. We see the gap between Sideways and TD. And then TD to Gleason. Right now, pretty much everyone's evenly spread out. As we go back to King, who's just crossing the line now. And he's kind of just cruising around, trying to hang on to it. And actually, I believe Dragon might have the faster lap now. As we hit 6 to go. And let's see if Dragon can catch King, as King has had a dominating car all race. The only laps he did not lead was when they pitted, as Mead just passed Amp Irish for 5th spot. But let's see if Dragon and Shaq can work together and try to catch King and have a 3-car fuckfest for the win. As there goes Dragon in second, with Shag right there, and you see the gap between King and Dragon. As there goes Shag, and you see the gap back to fourth spot, which is Mike Kanzi, who's pulling away from Mead and Amp Irish a little bit. And you see Great God and Panos in the picture right there. And then you see the gap from Panos to Sideways. Looks like a pretty nice gap, and then even a nicer gap is Sideways to Gleason. But right now it's all King. Can King hang on for another 5 laps and win here at Tokyo and get his first win of the season? As he comes off that hard right hairpin turn. Hauling ass. Just 5 more to go. As we're going to look at times again. As King is just fucking pushing it right now. Hoping his tires don't give out. Hoping he makes no mistakes. Hoping no bullshit happens. Nothing blows up. As we look at the times, I'm going to say it looks like Dragon is a little bit quicker than King. I could be wrong, but it looks that way. And Shag not that far off. So it looks like Shag and Dragon might catch King if they keep that pace up. But who knows? 5 to go. Can King hang on? He's led all but maybe like 2 or 3 laps. Or probably the 4 fucking laps that Irish and Pano stayed out. So he definitely has a car to win. Definitely one of the fastest. As King comes in those fucking hard right hand turns right here. As you see the gap, Dragon and Shag are pretty far away, but one mess up by King that can erase his win, or even the lead, or even the win, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And Shag's right there behind Dragon. They're gonna try to draft down the straightaway. Meanwhile, the battle for 4th looks like it could be heating up, as it looks like Mead might be catching Kanzi a little bit. But meanwhile, back up front, it looks like, let's see, King ran a 38, I'm guessing. And it looks like Dragon ran about the same time. Really can't see. It looks like Dragon is about 4.5 seconds back. I could be wrong. But 4.5, I'm going off that. As King's just hoping. 4 more laps to go. No trouble, no wrecks, no blown motor. As now you start to see King or Dragon and Shag in the same picture as King. So, they're definitely coming. The question is there enough time? With 4 laps to go. As King is great on fuel, so fuel's not going to be a problem in this race. Let's see, is Shag going to try to work with Dragon here and try to catch King, or is Shag going to battle for 2nd? Or perhaps can Kanzi and Mead catch up to him? As you see Kanzi and Mead right here just pulling away. Irish was up to 4th, and Irish actually fell all the way back to 8th right now due to pit strategy and the tire wear on his car. And here comes King, the 3 to go. Can he do it? As we're going to look at the times again. And I think I'm going to do that. How, like, my Kanzi's highlight because it's my replay. But I'm going to put, like, a green line or a green check next to the fastest car and, like, a red check next to, like, the slowest car or something. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. As we see fucking Dragon and Shag try to draft, and it looks like... Yeah, it looks like they're catching them. I mean, it looks like 3.4. I could be wrong, but Dragon may have gained 1 second and 1/10. So, he's gaining about a second a lap on King. And if he's about 3 seconds back, this shit could get interesting. Here with 3 laps to go. See if King can hang on to it here. Come into one of my favorite camera shots right here. As, yeah, Dragon and Shag are definitely a little bit closer now. And they're definitely pulling away from Kanzi here. As Kanzi's trying to hold on to that 4th spot. Me trying to hold on to that 5th spot. As both cars both smoked Amp Irish. Meanwhile, Great God and Panos battling for 7th or 6th. There's Amp Irish back in 8th. Who's got a not that great tire wear. Meanwhile, Sideways in 9th as he passed Team Dynasty. But meanwhile, back up front. Can King hang on to it? 2 more laps to go. As King comes off that fucking hairpin turn. Got a little loose right there. And here's Dragon. Dragon's starting to pull a little bit away from Shag. He's saying it's fucking go time, now or never. And he's balls to the walls. Let's see. 2 laps. Is it enough? Can he do it? As fucking King comes across the line, and it looks like now Dragon might be 2.4 seconds back, or 2.6, one of those two, as they're definitely catching him. 2 laps to go. Let's see if they can do it here. As Shag caught back up to Dragon with the draft on the front stretch. King got a little into the wall right there. That's not going to help him. As we ride on board with King here. Try to look back to Dragon. Don't see him yet. But it's getting closer. King, just hang on. As his front tires are going. Dragon driving the piss out of that car. Coming into the little fucking like corkscrew right here. As you see now. Dragon is in the same shot with King. Let's see if King can hang on. Just 1 more lap. There goes King, and there's Dragon and Shag, and they're definitely catching him. So this shit could heat up on the final lap. As there's King. Coming into the final turn. Dragon not that far behind him now. King lets off way a lot right there. Holy shit. And now it looks like Dragon got loose off the corner, but they're right there. It looks like Dragon is now in King's draft. As fucking here are the lap times again, and I'm just going to take a shot in the dark and say Shag and Dragon are faster than King. And now I believe they might be under a second, maybe, or 1 second back here on the final lap. King takes the white flag. Can he hang on? As we ride on board with Dragon. Who's driving the piss out of that car right now. King's right there. Shag right behind Dragon. Let's see if they can do it. As they're trying. As we go on board with King and look back to Dragon. Dragon is there now. You see King's front tires aren't that great. But they just need to hang on for half a lap more. As now Dragon's going to get the draft a little bit over here. Coming into the corkscrew. And Dragon's definitely catching his teammate here. And it looks like Dragon might be pulling a little bit away from Shag, but not much. As now just a couple turns left. Can King hold on? Dragon is there. Oh no, Dragon is here. Dragon bounced off the wall a little bit. That might hurt his chances. We'll see. Maybe Shag can push him up here. As they come off the final turn. Let's see. Is the draft going to be important? Shag got a little sideways. Lost it a little bit. Let's see if Dragon can get a run. As King shifts up. Here comes the draft. Here comes Dragon. But it might be a little too late. As King takes the checkered flag, led all but 4 fucking laps in dominating fashion. Started first, ended first. Hell yeah. As here's the results, guys. Great fucking race at Tokyo. And next week, All-Star. Can't fucking wait. And, hell yeah, guys. Here are the standings. And, yeah. Great win, King. And, yeah. See you next week. So, peace out.